Boxing King Media in association with the Riyadh season. Delighted to be joined by Mr. Don Charles out here in Riyadh in a cinema auditorium type room, press day. How's things been for you? I know you've been here a couple of days now.
Yeah, all things great, God is great. We're here again. We were here last December and we're here again. So it's kind of familiar territory now.
It is, a lot of people talk about the excitement of the fight, the event. I think sometimes you kind of forget how much of a blessing it is to be involved in like these crazy events that are going on, like in the last, and this is what, your second one?
Yeah, like I said, I feel blessed. And we're going to take full advantage of the blessings to be here. It's not just being here. We need to also remember why we're here and to get the job ahead done.
You've obviously had a bit of time with Daniel now. When he joined your camp, you can imagine people have opinions like, oh, should he have gone to Don? He could have gone here, could have gone there. You will have seen all the opinions, but do you feel like it's been justified now because people see a different version of Daniel Dubois now under your guidance? Not that he was any worse before, but it's different.
Well, people will always have opinions. People will have, yes, it should have gone to me, it shouldn't have gone to me. I don't really care. That's the truth about what people think. All I care is what I think and what my family who know me think and what the fighter who I'm working with think. That's all that matters to me. So everybody else's opinion, they're entitled to it, but they can keep it to themselves.
From the first day Daniel walked into your gym to the fighter he is now, what do you think you've kind of changed about him?
He's always exactly, the word is added rather than change. He's a developing fighter. He's only 26 years old, and the previous trainers have done a tremendous job. And all I do is put layers upon the foundations they've already built. Mm-hmm. So it's not me taking all the credit. No, he was already. I said it in the beginning. He was already an established fighter, probably the first established fighter that I've gotten to work with during my 20-year career. Okay, and as a top-level fighter, he was a top-level operator who came into me. Like I said, the previous trainers, I acknowledge all of them, from Martin Bowers to Mark Tibbs, did a little short period with him. Then before he came to me was Wushem Magugin. They're all very good coaches. They've all done very, very good job. And I'm merely putting more bricks on top of the foundation, and some of the bricks they're already put. I saw the vision of the type of building that should be when it's finished. I share the vision, so I'm able to be the finishing architect.
I like that analogy, but I'm going to ask you, Don, them bricks and them layers. Tell me about one of them layers. What's one of them layers that you've added?
Okay, I'll give something away that I don't normally do. Defense. It's got great offense. Everybody's got good offense. Daniel's got a great offense. I needed to see improvements in his defense. I won't elaborate more on that, but you've drawn it out of me. No one else managed to draw that out of me.
That's what I do. I appreciate you telling me that. The fight that you had with Jarrell Miller, how much do you think you learnt about him? Because obviously people have opinions about Daniel from the previous fights, but what did you learn most? I'm guessing you would have seen it in the gym, but what did you learn firsthand?
Well, all the doubters. Daniel said it himself straight after the fight. He said, I shut all the doubters, people who were telling him he was a quitter. We know he's not. He knows he's not a quitter. We, the family, the team, we know he's not a quitter. So he had to go out there and put such a performance to prove to himself, first and foremost, that no, he's not a quitter. It's just a narrative that was put out there, wrongfully put out there, that he was able to erase that narrative.
What do you want from the Hrgovic fight? Because when it was initially announced, a lot of people were saying, Hrgovic is a big favourite. But if you look into the background of it, Hrgovic is coming off some fights which people think he lost to or close, etc. So on paper, it's really a 50-50 fight. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would agree to that. I mean, again, we've been written off by the masses. We've been written off. My fighter's been written off. But you know what? Again, it's their opinion. They're not the one who trains the fighter. They're not the fighter. They don't know what we do day to day, what we train, what we say. And our beliefs is very strong. When you get people believing, Yeah, but we're doing something to back up that belief. It's not just believing, it's not enough. We work hard. He works hard, he puts it in as a fighter. He's an athlete, he's a young guy, 26 years old, and what he's achieved already. So people can carry on doubting because they doubt themselves in their lives. So you have to believe in yourself before you can believe in others.
The big carrot dangled in this fight is a potential world title opportunity. We don't know whether it's clear whether this will be for the IBF belt and all that. And then also the other carrot is the winner may go on to fight Anthony Joshua at Wembley, which is pretty much been not announced, but it's been pretty much confirmed. How does that? Does that change the whole how much this fight means in the grand scheme of things?
No, because without beating this guy in front of us, nothing else you can't go forward. So irrespective we hear things, but you don't really pay too much attention to, because all be said, we still got to fight this guy on Saturday. Daniel's still got to go in there, in that ring on Saturday and perform. So whatever happens after happens, but our focus is on Mr. Filip Hrgovic to be victorious against him.
You are one of the true old school trainers in the UK. You've been around a long time. You've seen it all, done it all, etc. I remember when he lost to Joe Joyce, there were people saying, he won't be able to come back from that. Does it kind of show you? I'm sure you've seen it numerous times where fighters come back. So he's now on the verge of a potential world title opportunity at Wembley, when 3 years ago they were saying, he's done.
Let me rewind a little bit. Prior to that, last June, he fought who's now become the undisputed world champion in the name of Usyk. He dropped to Usyk. It's a legitimate punch, but I'm almost fed up of regurgitating that. But I just have to remind you that even after the Joe Joyce situation, like you said, he's already gone and dropped and potentially beaten. Had the referee given it, it would have been unified champion. But no, the word God wrote it. That's not God's plan. Okay, that's my true belief. He's gone and fought Baby Miller. Again, people said, he'll be too much for Daniel. Again, we've done that. They're still doubting because they're doubters. They will always doubt themselves. We don't doubt ourselves. We believe in ourselves based on what we do, based on our journey, based on our destiny. Yeah, so they can carry on. It doesn't put us off. It drives us on. It gives us fuel.
I love that passion. I can see that passion right in your eyes there, Don. You touched on it there, Usyk. He obviously beat Fury. I'm just curious for your opinion, because I've spoke to a lot of people since the fight. Johnny Nelson was saying the other day that he feels Tyson's on the decline and he won't take the rematch. Dominic Ingle said that he felt Tyson wasn't fit enough for them second phases. There's loads of other opinions out there. What did you make of it?
What people failing to see is that the man took a punch, a direct flush counter punch, southpaw left power hand on the chin, which changes the trajectory of the fight. He was, in some cases, toying with Usyk parts of that fight. People failed to see that. I saw that. Fury, it's up to him. He's the one who gets in the ring. I believe he will exercise his rematch clauses, and I believe he will go in there and he'll take up to round 6. He was hitting Usyk at random till he got, like I said, there was a power shot, left southpaw power shot that suddenly changed everything, So people can say he's on the decline or whatever. That's not what I saw. What I saw is that a man took a punch, a human being took a punch on the chin, and Usyk has got a dig on him. Okay, he's not known for his knockout power, but he's got a dig on him, and that changed the fight.
I'm guessing you got that insight from Daniel. What does Daniel say about Usyk's power? Because I think people, like you said, probably failed to mention that.
No, it's not a question of he floored my guy twice with a jab, a southpaw jab. It's almost like that of what Crawford, the type of jab Crawford hit Kell Brook with. It's almost like a power shot. It's a looping jab from a southpaw. It's like a power hand. So unless you've felt it, I've trained about 4 southpaws in my time as a coach, and I know that shot. Okay, it's a looping jab. It's like most people's power hand, basically. And until you've been hit, I've taken it on the pad, so I know how much power that can be generated. So it was that type of shot. So I don't have to speak to Daniel to know that shot is a heavy shot.
Last question for you. Obviously, when you beat Jarrell Miller, Daniel's one of these guys. He doesn't show his emotions, like whether he's winning or losing, or whether he's upset or happy. I think he's one of these. He just doesn't show it. But when you guys went back to the gym, you must have sat down. I'm just curious to have a bit of an insight. What was it? What was he like? You know, after the Jarrell Miller win.
How any normal human being will be. It's like we're very happy. It's good to be going into camp off the back of a good win. It was a very good atmosphere, a very happy camp, should I say. That made it a very happy camp, you know, because there's nothing worse than going into camp off the back of a loss, you know, and off the back of a win is the sweetest thing in the world.
Good man. Well done. I wish you all the best. It should be a great event and a great fight. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Pleasure.